Hi, welcome back to Even a Sparrow Homestead. I'm Dustin, and today we're going to show you our storm shelter that we got installed yesterday. So we opted for the in-ground storm shelter that goes in a garage, mainly for safety reasons and dual purpose. It could be a pit for working on cars, and we want to find out if it's cool enough to use as a root cellar, but we're unsure on that as of yet. So let's take a tour. So we hired the company STORMSAFE out of Oklahoma, and the way this system works is there's a little pin right here that you just push in, and there's a spring handle here, and that just slides open. That door is made out of 1/4-inch steel, and we'll show you a little bit more here. So pretty handy here, they have a handle that can be placed in here, and then there's 3 steps to go down into the storm shelter. So once you're down here, if a storm's coming, you want to go ahead and take this handle out, install it back here, and then pull. Come on in. So now that we're down here, this is the smaller shelter that we ordered. It is approximately 4.5 feet tall by maybe 3 foot wide and 6 feet, 7 feet long. Just perfect enough for about 6 to 8 people. If you crunch in here, for our family size, it's perfect. We can bring our animals, all of our dogs, cats, and Jess and I down here when needed. Okay, so the benches were actually quite tiny in here. It's just a couple boards with a little bit of fabric that was stapled around it. We opted to go ahead and push both of the benches to one side to fit our booties. Okay, so if we had more people that needed to sit, we can move this board on over and push it to the other side. As you can see, it is very, you're only going to be down there for hopefully only 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, so you're not camping down here. If you are, we can do the best we can. Our plan is to go ahead and put some lights down here, mouse traps, bug traps, because it is in the garage, and just have some food and water just in case something drastic happens. But obviously it's just a storm shelter. Most storms pass by after 10-15 minutes. So, like we mentioned, if you want to fit more people in here, you can remove these stairs to accommodate more people and or just fit more things down here that you think you might need for security purposes. And another safety feature, so this door slides and locks with this pin here, but on each side, the four corners, there are chains welded and little latches underneath the door, so in case the door wanted to lift up, these chains are another security device. So like I mentioned, I plan on using this for a pit also, so if I want to change oil in a car, that'd be a pretty easy thing to do. So we're a little bit paranoid about being stuck underneath the, in the garage. So we went ahead and bought a come-along to go ahead and keep in here in case this door gets stuck for some reason. We have an extra means of pulling it, and the plan also is to get a small bottle jack in case we need to pry up, the door, and yeah, just a couple extra safety measures, because that would be terrible if we were stuck under there.
So this has been something that we've really wanted to have ever since we kind of looked in this area while we were living in our camper at a little RV park not too far from here. We had to actually go into the town and hide in the church basement during a tornado in a small town. It touched down and ripped some things up.
Yeah, it did some damage in the town that was close by here, so that was always in our mind when we first moved here, is to go ahead and invest in whatever storm shelter so that we are safe and secure.
And with there being so much water around here, the water table's super high, and so many people don't have basements just due to it being likely that they'll flood. Yeah, this was our solution, I guess.
Yeah. So if you're looking to invest in one of these storm shelters, at least through this company that was out of Oklahoma, it ran us $3,800 total. So it's $3,500 for the storm shelter itself, and they charged us another $300 for driving from Oklahoma to here. But the install time was maybe
really quick.
It was pretty quick. It was about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
They kind of got stuck in the yard.
It did. So our plan, if you looked at our previous videos, we have the pond in the back, and they had some dirt that they pulled out of here, and we're like, hey, we could use that dirt. Well, they tried to go back, and they got stuck because it's been so wet here in Missouri.
So there are giant ruts in the yard. We'll show you that.
Yeah.
So we get to reseed some areas of our yard. But yeah, let's go have a look. So as you can see next to our orchard area here, it is torn up. It's all mud and giant ruts. And since there were some rocks that were in the dirt that they dug from below the garage, now we have a bunch of rocks to pick up in the yard as well, so we don't hit that with the mowing deck. So
yeah, I don't really blame the company, because we did state that they could put the dirt back in the pond, but a little lapse in judgment. Like I said, it's been really wet here, and with all that, the weight of the equipment and the weight of the dirt, it just really sunk in. They didn't even know if they're going to get out. They thought we were going to have to call like a big tow truck or something to get them out, but luckily they worked it out.
They dumped the dirt in the yard, basically.
Yeah.
And then tried to move it from there with a little bobcat. So
it worked. So not their fault necessarily. I mean, I guess we both, the installer and I, could have come up with a little, used our heads a little bit more.
Maybe not fill the trailer entirely full with the dirt first before taking it back there. That may have helped. Yeah. I don't know.
It's all right. We can plant grass again.
Clover.
Clover for the bees. So that's what we had to show you today, the storm shelter. If you're looking to invest in that, like we said, we went through a company called STORMSAFE out of Oklahoma, and the reason we didn't go through companies in Missouri was cost. Cost was a factor. Most companies that we looked at for this type of system was about $5,000. So we saved $1,200 by going through.
Sucks we couldn't go locally with somebody, but
yeah.
It's a significant amount of money, so.
Yeah, $1,200 isn't chump change.
So we were able to put some of that money then that we saved on the shelter toward a tiller.
Yeah, and that will be in the next video. So see you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.